I'm just really excited to be here, and it pertains to my question, which I think is really just an extension of his question, so it's perfect. When I first found your teachings, it was about 7 years ago, I felt like I was having a total awakening, and everything was exciting, and all the time I was looking for positive aspects, and I was experiencing the magic every day, and it was just synchronicity after synchronicity. And that saying that you say of we want the things because we think in the having of them we'll be happy, right? So just be happy. I understood that and I felt it every day. So I was just enjoying in the unfolding. And now I still understand all of that intellectually, but I feel that the excitement and the eagerness and the enthusiasm, the newness of the unfolding has dissipated.
You know what flipped for you? You got the hang of how it works, and you got all excited about the power of doing this, and you stopped looking for the pleasure of it. That's all that happened. You started wanting to show off to those that you've been talking about. You got competitive with those who think it's all mumbo jumbo and don't want to hear about it. You became determined that you were going to make this happen and that you were going to be an example of deliberate creating. And so you got more focused upon the power of it than you did the personal pleasure of it. That's all. Because in the beginning, you didn't feel powerful. You just wanted the pain to stop. You just wanted a little more ease and a little more ease and a little more ease and a little more ease. That's all. That's a really big distinction. What happens with so many of you, and it's just fine because you live in a world with others and you're aware of them and you're aware of their awareness of you. You can't stand in their shoes and be aware of yourself. You can't don their perspective and see yourself. So you see yourself through their eyes, through your eyes. You're the one who puts all the jumble in the equation, you see. Where, think about how much cleaner it is to just tune into who you are and what you want. What we said earlier really applies here. It does to most people. And it goes like this. I sense that I've come for a reason, and I feel like I have important things to do. And that must translate into helping others live a better life. So I'll demonstrate through my own how they can live a better life, because you're a teacher to the very core of your being. But it gets wonky because you understand that and you have these moments of enlightenment, but every time you try to explain it to them, then your awareness of how they're taking it gets mixed up in your vibration, and then you're not offering a non-resisted thought. You're too aware. Esther said to someone the other day about herself, she said, I've always been a very observant person. I'm always looking for an opportunity to facilitate. Somebody needs a hand putting their bag up, I'll help them. Anything that anybody needs. I felt like a facilitator because she's quick on her feet, she's strong, she's aware, she's putting her nose in a lot of other people's business, and therefore introducing herself to more resistance than is necessary. And as if to say, I see that you cannot do this for yourself, and so let me do it for you. Which sometimes, if they're feeling very weak and incapable, they're glad that she's there, but it's a sort of disabling thing. So there's more. Not only is Esther noticing that she's observant with her ears and her eyes and her nose, she's also vibrationally observant. So when somebody feels a little down, she would like to help them to feel better. Only problem is that makes her under the influence of something other than source, because her inner being never sees anybody as down. Her inner being only sees where they want to go, and when she looks at them where they are, that's what you teachers keep doing. You keep looking at people where they are and introduce resistance into your equation, and then you don't feel good. It mutes the joy that could be there otherwise. In the beginning, you're minding your own business more. The better you get at this, the more you want to help others with it. Is this resonating with you a little bit? Jerry used to say, It's like if you just bought some new tires and you found some really wonderful, he always said Michelin because in those days that's what he was looking for, really good soft riding tires, and they were at an exceptional price, and you just put them on your car and one in the trunk, and you're so pleased with them. You want to tell everybody about them whether they're looking for tires or not. So now you're interjecting, oh, I found these really good tires. Good for you. No, you got to understand, these are the top of the line tires, and when you ride on them, they're so soft and wonderful. It's like you're floating on air. Put them on that Cadillac and it's like, and they're thinking, okay. And so there's a lot of that going on where you're observing not just with your eyes, but you're observing vibrationally, and then you're wanting to compensate for them being under the influence of source, and then guess what? You're not under the influence of source either. We like to play this scenario in your mind because you care about what other people think, because when they're thinking good thoughts about you, then it doesn't introduce resistance into your equation because you're picking up on it and you like what you're picking up on. But most are not interested, or they're coming from a lot of different places and they can't see you, and even if they could, they're not interested in what they see, and most of them understand you. It's not bleak just when you do that. Makes it sound bleak because it's what you're all trying to do. Stop it, don't do it. It doesn't work. Don't care so much what other people think. So to bring this to your attention, we say, so you've decided that you would like everyone to get you. So you spend some time. It takes a long time to do this. You write your profile of who you are and how you got to where you are, and why you feel the way you do about this and that and 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 this and that. It's many pages. It's a book. It's 2 or 3 books. It's volumes of online information about why you think the way you do, how you tick. And then you put your picture up, and you decide that your campaign is you're going to present your picture and your profile to everyone on the planet, because you might run into them. And what you basically say is, if you meet me, this is what you need to know for us to have a good relationship. These are the things that you're going to need to know. You're going to need to be up to speed with who I am and how I got here. Or you could just tune into who you really are, get under the influence of source by quieting your mind, and just radiate that, and the law of attraction would bring to you those who are a vibrational match to you, who get you because they're under the influence of their inner being too. You see what we're getting at? So that's what's going on with you. You're trying to be too hands-on in your teaching and not selfish enough to find your own joy. And that's a hard thing for humans to hear. You've been taught that selfishness is a bad thing. And we say, if you're not selfish enough to hook up to the good stuff, you don't have anything to give. Good? This represents an excellent example of what goes on in leading edge seminars. Every time there's leading edge something for you to discover if you would like it. It's not necessary. You heard everything that you'll ever need to hear today, but it's fun to tune in sometimes. Maybe you would like that. It comes in different ways. This is where we've been, but more important, where we're going. This is a facilitator for you to easily bring some things to you that you may or may not want. These flyers represent longer versions of this.